Okay. So, hello everybody. This is Arix here with Ryan Watts and
Arix.
Tyson'Brainnomore. Yeah.
Stop recording for a second. We need to see where I left off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You left off with old man. Old man.
Old men.
Old
what
men.
else? Like what?
You were in a ward
Hold on.
full of old men.
I was in a ward full of old men.
Yes.
So basically, I got to the ward and there
after
was
they
old.
did
Okay,
after they did ultrasound.
Hold on. Should I go like see it? Like, hold on.
You're looking through the video, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh my. By the way, okay, I give you a warning right here. I just took 3 tins of coffee, and now
God.
and now my eyes is twitching like crazy. My right eye is twitching like crazy, and yeah, I'm quite, how to say, restless, quite energetic. Yeah.
Hold on.
Like I never had this much of caffeine intake before, so now, yeah, I'm not sure what's happening, but I feel quite.
It's okay, bro.
I don't know.
Take more caffeine.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time.
I don't know how to. Yeah. I think so. It was 3. Yeah, 3 tins.
Dude, why can't I find the podcast on goddamn YouTube? Can I get the link?
Oh yeah. I'm not sure why, but I'm unable to search my own podcast. Wait,
no, wait, I see it.
Yeah, I see.
Wait, so what are we doing this like?
Oh yeah.
This episode and shit.
So
because I missed that last one.
Yeah, previous episode, right? Tyson was like explaining why he was in the hospital. He got this kind of quite serious problem in his stomach. I'm not gonna explain. Tyson will explain it, and yeah. So he left. He put it on cliffhanger. So I was going to continue. Once he's done with that, we could go through with other matters. And next week we are going to be interviewing Mr. Kumar.
Oh, Mr. Kumar. Wait. What day is it?
Next week, Tuesday, I think.
Wait, Tuesday is the what date?
Tuesday. Wait, let me think.
Hopefully, if it's not the 7th, then it's fine.
7, 8.
Oh, it's the 8th?
Yeah, it's the 8th.
Actually, next week is the 8th? Oh shit. Then. Wait, no, are you sure? I don't wait, okay, wait. So tomorrow's 31st.
31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
Wait, what? Tuesday.
No, Friday is the 2nd, right?
Wait.
Friday is
the 1st is on Thursday, Friday 2nd, 3rd Saturday, 4th Sunday, 5th Monday, 6th Tuesday.
Oh, Tuesday 6th, okay.
Oh shit. Wait, I'll wait, okay, if you do it like 6 p.m. or I don't know what time I'm gonna come back because I'm taking an exam for a school.
Oh, okay. Oh, Arix. The entry exam, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking entry exam.
Yes, Jeff.
I need to bring attention to something very wrong with the podcast for the first part of the hospital detour or whatever you put it. You forgot to edit, bro. You know how I told you about the cut? You forgot to edit it and you just posted a raw clip. As in like a raw audio. What? You posted a raw audio.
Wait, I did? Wait, but I
Yeah, you didn't even cut it out.
Wait, I thought I cut it out. Which one?
Huh?
I thought I did.
The last part, you know how I said I know I told you to edit at old men so it will be interesting for other people.
Yeah, but it did end with old man. We didn't speak anything further than that, so I left it.
Exactly. Now I want you to cut the audio off at like old men. Yeah, here, right?
Yeah, but then you already stopped it old man. So
did you like cut out the part I asked you to cut out, the other thing?
Yeah, I did. But the one which Chan was talking about, yeah, if you heard clearly, I'm mute. Not mute.
And the other thing?
Yeah, I did. That I paid more attention to that part, to the one that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a way you can like.
Yeah.
Bro, wait, hold on.
Wait, Tyson, you're Charon's sorry, Arix's cousin.
Yeah, I'm Eric's cousin.
But you sound so Chinese.
I sound Chinese?
He can speak in Chinese. He can speak Chinese.
Yeah,
I'm not.
That's not my question. He sounds Chinese. You sound like he has a Chinese accent.
No,
Oh.
maybe because you've been like his whole neighborhood is full of Chinese, I guess. So he hangs out with them.
Like, are you sure you're actually related?
Majority of my friends are Chinese.
Yeah, so he hangs out with them.
Or is it like he's half Chinese? Are you half Chinese?
No.
No, I'm not. I'm full Indian.
Full Indian. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, you can speak Hindi?
No. Huh?
Why?
Can you speak Hindi?
No.
Oh, can I speak in what?
Hindi.
Oh no, I can't speak in Hindi. I speak Tamil.
I can speak Hindi.
Oh, you can?
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. So we ended at Old Man. So basically, let me get the certain parts.
You know what?
So I can get it right.
Okay.
We still have a recording, so it's gonna end faster, like the recording.
You know it's still recording, right?
Yeah, it's still recording.
Yeah, it's still recording.
There and they didn't bring me into a ward with teenagers. Instead, they brought me to a ward with old men. Okay, so that's where I ended it.
Yeah, old people.
All right. Yeah, you might want to go back and cut that part out because we were discussing stuff that would have been embarrassing.
It
wasn't cut out.
It is.
Because we were like, oh yeah, cut it out that one part because it's you can leave it in if you wanted to though.
Yeah,
doesn't really make a difference.
Not much work for me.
All right. You wanna start?
Yeah, I mean you can start. Wait, but by the way, Ryan here, right? He's gonna be in Chan's school.
Sunway?
Yeah. He's you're having your entry exam on Monday, right? Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday. Wait, no, I don't know if it's the 6th or 7th.
Yeah, so it's more like he has been guaranteed, like he already has a place in the school. It's just that he has to finish that formality to get in. Yeah.
Hopefully, I think so. I don't know if I'm gonna be rejected.
Nah.
Like it's a normal thing for me to get rejected. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys want to start? Yeah, let's start.
Yeah, let's start.
It's already started. You guys can say anything you want.
All right.
Yeah.
So do I just continue with my story?
Yeah, just continue the story.
So basically, I was brought into a ward with old men. And there was this guy like that. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the people that were with me, not for the whole time, but yeah. So once I got there, there's like, a certain section where 6 people, like 6 beds, and then it's enough for 6 people, and there's like space between them and all that. Yeah. And luckily I was at the window bed or whatever you'd call it, right? So there was this guy right next to my bed, and he's old. And listen, my Malay is not too good, like I said the last podcast. And
you tell me.
I woke up. I woke up the next day. Yeah, I had this. I saw this. I'm assuming this is the old man's wife, and she called to me. She was like, "Why are you here?" Asked me a few questions. Had trouble like understanding, but I was able to make it out. I was like, "Oh yeah," I answered it, but I was kind of stuttering a little because I don't know, I have no idea.
I'm also bad at Malay, but somehow I end up in Malay Advanced. I don't know how, but yeah, I'm somehow in Malay Advanced.
Right. Listen, right? So basically, there are 5 other men that I kind of recognize their faces. Okay, so basically, old men. There was like 3 old men and 2 other dudes that looked like they were in their 40s, 30s maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. So basically, right next to me and right next to him was one of the 30-year-old men, and opposing us there was one Chinese dude, like one Chinese old dude, and then right next to him, they were all Malay, by the way. So basically, I couldn't really communicate with anyone, even if I wanted to.
Or you could ask them to speak in English for you. You know, like every time I go places, I'll ask them, like, do you know English? So, can you speak in English for me? Thank you.
See,
Yeah.
if they knew English, and I kind of like spoke to them, and I'm struggling at Malay, they basically talk in English, by
Who
assuming that I'm
knows?
better at English.
Who knows? They might not recognize. Like some people, right? They might think that we do not know English either, so they might stick to
Mm.
Malay. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no. Yeah, basically the next day I woke up, and then basically this nurse brought like clothes. Like there was this like, what do you call this?
Dude, my
Like a
hand's
trolley
shaking.
thing, and then they had this trolley thing, and then they brought like clothes, and then they put it on my belt. Like, oh shit, do I really have to wear that? Because I was wearing my hoodie, and yeah, I was just, I don't know, I was wearing home clothes and a fucking hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and also just so you know, the hospital clothes were over, like
Size.
they were too big. They were way too big.
Wait, most of them they are oversized, right? I see a lot of patients they wear oversized clothes. Maybe it's for ventilation inside the body or something like that. You know,
No, no, no.
let free air in and out. Yeah.
I
I'm not sure.
mean, yeah. I mean,
Wait,
I
so were
guess
your
so.
underwears
Yeah.
like were your underwear big?
Huh?
Your
I
underwear
get to
was
use
it
my
big?
own.
Nah,
I
Okay.
but
get to use
listen,
my
bro.
own.
Like, if you're in the hospital, like, just go naked. Like, come on,
Okay, listen, right?
let the willy
The
out.
hospital was oddly. Let me like, try to continue the story, because I have no idea. I feel kind of sleepy or
Nervously.
whatever.
Oh,
I didn't really get enough sleep
you feel
the
sleepy.
whole.
I feel like I can run so fast. My hands are shaking like crazy right now. No, I shouldn't have
Yeah, so
taken
like
3 coffees, man. I can't control.
like yeah, and there was a bunch of doctors and nurses just going here and there. They were asking questions and all that, and I think yeah. So basically, when I woke up, I got my clothes, and then after that, there was a guy. Hold on a second. My memory is this on this is very bad because it's been a few weeks now. Okay, so they told me to start from starting from 2 a.m., right? So basically, I was starving, and there was this guy that's supposed to distribute food, and I saw him. He saw me. He realized that I'm supposed to be fasting, and I was like, shit.
He's fasting.
And no, I'm fasting. I'm supposed to
You,
be fasting
you
because I have a, what do you call this? I think it's called an ultrasound. Yeah, ultrasound. Shit. Yeah.
oh, okay.
Oh wait, was it? Yeah, I had
Wait,
an
do you
ultrasound.
have to fast during an ultrasound?
Yeah, because if there's food inside my stomach, the ultrasound can't really pick up everything. Because are you really searching it up?
Yes.
You need to fast before an ultrasound, because ultrasound basically looks through tissue or whatever, and if there's food there, it basically you can't see everything that's in your stomach.
Oh. Oh, they say
They
you
say I can.
typically. Oh, okay. They
Hmm?
say you typically need to avoid food and drink for 8 to 12
For eight
hours.
hours,
Man, that's bad. Don't need for eight
right?
hours. Yeah, before an abdominal ultrasound.
Nah,
Food
cause
and liquids in your stomach, and urine in your bladder can make it difficult for the technician to get a clear picture of the structures in your abdomen. Got it.
okay. What's the worst part? This hospital, it's kind of slow. It's not the fastest. I'm not gonna complain. It's just a few hours slow. So I starved until like 11, 2 to 11. So basically, shit, no. Not 11. It was like much later than that. So they called me at 11, and then I finally had my ultrasound at like 2. They called me down at 11 or like 12, and I was fine. And then they brought me into the ultrasound room, and guess what? Like, this is the scariest part. This is one of the scariest parts. This had me freaking out internally. So once I'm like there, right? I'm gonna tell you before. Like, I was waiting there, and I had 2 old dudes right next to me. Like, they were sitting down. They were completely normal. I don't know if they're the ones who are supposed to be going for ultrasound, but yeah, they were playing Candy Crush.
Well,
and they were mad at each other because like they're like I couldn't understand them, so they were like oh, fuck, my pronunciation. They said don't disturb me or like whatever, right? And I was like, bro,
kacau. Why they?
Yeah, and I was like,
Jangan kacau
what the
saya.
fuck?
Is it?
No. They were speaking in Chinese, bro.
Oh, okay.
And you know, they were literally like getting pissed at each other every 20 minutes.
Hey,
One of the
Candy
dudes are
Crush
playing a
can be
puzzle
really
game.
big. Oh.
Okay, so basically they were playing. So basically, the dude 2 seats away from me was playing a puzzle, like no, a Candy Crush, and then the guy right next to me was playing a puzzle game. Basically, you take like shapes, basically like Tetris, but then you take the shapes and then place it into the boxes, and then
Okay.
basically if they're aligned, yeah. They were getting mad at each other or whatever, and this guy, the guy right next to me, right? He does the most disrespectful thing, and he makes he basically yawns so loud it got me so frustrated. Cause there's patients.
Yeah, that poor.
And there are patients and shit. There are like, I don't know, like there's a baby. There are some people, like there were a lot of people, okay, and I was just waiting for me to get my ultrasound done. I was anxious because I didn't want to get bad results, and I'm hoping it was something else. But yeah, basically it was kind of frustrating for me because I didn't eat. And first of all, if I didn't get my food, I'll be pissed. Yeah, so they finally called me in at like 2 or 3, I'm not sure. Once I'm in, once again, ultrasound, gel is fucking cold. And I prepared myself this time. And she looks through like 10 minutes of looking through, and then she was like, what felt like 10 minutes? She was like, bro, there are lots of stone in your goddamn gallbladder. Yeah. Yeah. They said there are a bunch of stones in my gallbladder, and they said it was big. It was a lady, and she was like, yeah, it is huge.
You know, the funniest part is I know all of this, but yet I'm acting so surprised right now. You know, just
okay, listen, right?
For the podcast,
the way she presented it to me was the most scariest shit ever, because she was like, oh my god, there are a lot of stones. I was like, excuse me, I'm trying not to freak out here. But yeah, she tells me that, and I was just, I don't know, was just like, oh shit. I needed time to process it, right? Then I had my phone with me. My phone was like 20%, and I couldn't really look at my phone. I didn't have data at all. And once she's done with the ultrasound, she's like, yeah, you can go back now. And I'm going back, you know.
Wait, stone in your gallbladder, did they specifically say what kind of do they have a specific term for that kind of problem? Like what?
Not sure. I'm not. I don't know anything about that. But I might have a certain condition, which I'll tell you guys later on. Basically, I go back up to my ward and I'm waiting, and then my parents come over. Also, when I'm going back, I see my mom at where my ward is supposed to be. She's just waiting there, and I'm like, oh shit, my mom's here. Okay, great. How am I gonna explain this to her? I go there and I sit down.
Mommy, I have gallstones. Yeah.
Nah, cause like shit was scary, right?
Yeah. Okay. By the way, the term Wait. The term here is called cholelithiasis. Cholelithiasis. I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
Send it to me or something. Like type it in chat.
Colelit. Wait. Let me. Okay. Anyways, it's a term used for gallstones. Well, yep. I'm reading it. Wait. Let me give you the link. You continue your story.
Yeah. So basically, I go back to my ward and I see my mom. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. Then like it's all about the way you present it. So I walk there and I sit down and my mom looks at me and she's like, "Oh, you're back from your ultrasound. All right."
Oh, you're back.
Yeah. So like after that, I'm like, yeah, I am back. And then I kind of explained it to her like the calmest way possible because I was freaking out internally. I was like, am I gonna die? Because they said that my condition is a 0.8% for my age or whatever.
Yeah, and by the way, just to warn you, since this thing it happened to you, there is a risk of getting what's it called? Bowel cancer. Is it bowel cancer or something? Let me check.
Ball cancer?
Not balls cancer.
Oh.
No. He has
I thought my man wasn't gonna like produce some kids.
No, he has gallstones inside him. Big ones.
Yeah, so I come back, right? I'm gonna continue the story. So basically I come back and I, lay down. After that, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but my parents brought me like food to eat and I was like actually able to eat and I ate it all. Not all, like I still didn't have my appetite yet, but then like I kinda like, just kinda forced myself to eat. Failed. But whatever. My mom even bought me grapes. It was fucking good, bro. The food I finally had after like 12 to 13 hours of waiting. No, 13 hours of fasting. Shit, that shit was torture. Right? So
Okay.
like I finally, get to eat and after that something happened, blah blah blah. Basically doctors come by like after a while and they're like, "Oh, yeah, the average size the average size of a gallbladder stone is supposed to be I'm not yeah, 0.5 to like wait what? Hold on, I'm not exactly sure, but it's very small. Smaller than whatever 3 centimeters is. Cause they said that my gallbladder, like gallstones or whatever they call it, is 3 centimeters.
Oh
And
my
I was
God.
like, whoa, that's huge.
Dude,
Wait,
it's large.
how much is
It's large?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's huge. It is
okay,
huge.
warning, gallbladder cancer is most common in people who have gallstones or had gallstones in the past. Larger gallstones may carry a larger risk. Still, gallstones are very common, and even in people with this condition, gallbladder cancer is very rare. On a good note, other gallbladder disease and conditions. And
All right.
okay, yeah. So if you do have gallbladder cancer, it can be cured only if it's found before it has spread. Yep. And you said they did ultrasound, right?
Yeah, they did ultrasound.
Yeah, so if you did ultrasounds, there are other types of diagnosis they will do, like have you heard of the MRCP?
No.
They do it's a type of MRI. So it will
Yeah.
visualize your bile ducts. So if they
Right.
might, but then they are pretty sure they might skip to ERCP. I think so. You might have heard this one. Your mom was talking about that one to my mom. They might be doing
Right.
ERCP is when they put that tube inside.
Oh yeah, I've already done that.
You done that?
Yeah, I already
They
done that.
put a
Okay.
tube inside your mouth.
You're giving spoilers, bro. You're giving spoilers. Calm down. Go one by one.
No,
Jeez,
I'm
holy
like
shit.
no. The more I read it, right, the more anxious I get right now.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically, we continue, right? I didn't have my appetite, and once I came back, I literally the only thing I could do is sleep. I couldn't do anything else because I didn't have my phone. I had my phone, but there was no use for it because I had no mobile data and the Wi-Fi. There's no Wi-Fi. There is no Wi-Fi.
There's no Wi. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was absolute torture, right? Yeah, come back and then I guess I eat a little, then wait till next day. Then let's see what happened the next day. Yeah, also like the whole time, like, while this is all happening, I I had to starve myself for 3 days, and I was there for like more like hold on. Yeah, I had to starve myself for 3 different days because of 3 different things that happened. Yeah, I think. Wait. Yeah, and yeah, also like the whole time I was there, I was always woken up by nurses because they had to change my IV tube, or they had to draw blood. Oh yeah, but instead of taking it from my IV tube area, which instead of taking it from there, they took it from my vein at my elbow, like the part where you just like bend, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else happened. Yeah, there was this. Okay, so if I can remember very carefully, I like just like slept, and then I woke up the next day, and then they asked me to. What did I? Oh my god, I can't remember. Arix.
Yeah. Wait. The ERCP thing, right? Did they do it after I met you or before that already?
Before. Of course,
Before.
the like everything was in the hospital. Like everything that happened was in
So
the
they
hospital. Like
they
while I was
put
at the
you on
hospital.
they put a tube through your mouth to the bile.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
Not the
Wait, while you're awake or like under anesthesia?
yeah under anesthesia. The
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how you can be able to be awake and have it down your throat.
I
Like,
mean you will be vomiting, right? Like it goes
yeah.
inside.
Yeah. Think so. They did the thingy, the ultrasound, and another day did.
ERCP.
I forgot what they did. What one of the days? Holy shit, my memory is so
Wait,
bad.
okay, you know what? Let me recall it by
Yeah.
saying certain wait, are you talking about what did they diagnose you with?
Mm,
So
hold on.
okay, there's few
Yeah.
diagnostic: ultrasound, MRCP, ERCP. Yeah, only those three so far.
What is MRCP?
MRCP is
Like,
the wait, let me MRCP is the type of MRI that specifically visualizes the bile ducts. It's non-invasive and creates very clear images of your biliary system, including the common bile duct. Your provider might use this to test first to find a suspected gallstone there, but if they're already pretty sure it's there, they might skip it and go straight to an ERCP. So ERCP means it goes through your throat and through
yep.
like a tiny camera and it goes down your throat into your upper GI tract. You'll have medication to make this easier. So basically, they might put you under anesthesia.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, when the camera reaches the top of your small intestine, oh my god, your healthcare provider will slide another small through into the first one to reach farther down into your bile duct. They will inject a special dye through the tube and then take video X-ray fluoroscopy. As the dye travel through the duct, they can insert tools through the tube to remove the stones they find. Did they remove any? That's my question right now.
All right. So yeah, I remember this very clearly. Okay, so this is the one of the weirdest. So basically, yeah, as usual, they asked me to starve again for like starting 2 a.m. and then I expected it to be as fast as the ultrasound, but it wasn't because I had to starve myself for 16 hours, double the recommended amount. I was starving. Yeah, it was not, and I didn't even have Wi-Fi that time, so I was not happy. So I think this was the second day of yeah, basically I was admitted, and then after that day I had a ultrasound, and after that I had an ERCP. I think this was it, right? So you know, oh yeah, I remember it very clearly now. So basically I go downstairs to the same block where basically whatever radioactive scans happen, and then they asked me to, but instead of going to this block first, they asked me to go to a endoscopy area. I have no idea why, but then they brought me there, and like once they brought me, like, this is a completely different block, and this is much further away from any other block I've went to.
Yeah, that's why I say ERCP, right? Endoscopy.
Yeah, right. So basically, once I'm there, I'm sitting down with a bunch of people. They're all waiting, and I saw this lady. She was lying down in one of the hospital beds, and these are one of those more fancier ones. I was like, why does she get the fancy one, right?
She's old. You're young. You can
no, she's not. She's not old. No, it was more like a procedure type of bed, you know, for like, yeah, and it was kind of like, okay, let me like try to recall, right? So basically, she called me, like she pointed to me, right? She pointed to me. I was like, oh shit, fuck, is there gonna be an emergency? She pointed at me. I was like, oh yeah, can I help you? And then she pointed at a man. I was like, and this man was sitting at a hallway, and he was looking at his phone instead of paying attention to his wife, which was actually very, very sad. And I went to the man. I was like, hey, your wife is calling you. And listen, before I was brought to endoscopy, they asked me to wear a type of robe, which is kind of weird. Basically, I have to tie strings at the back. Okay, I remember the whole thing that happened now. Oh my god, my memory is so okay. I remember everything much more clearly. So basically, second day, ultrasound day, I had a med student coming to, like, basically she came to give me, yeah, it was a med student, and she basically came to like interview me and ask me a few questions, because this is a rare condition and this is a good opportunity to learn about shit.
Dude, yeah, it's like a wrong thing to do. You know, you're asking a patient who's under pain and like, oh wait, I have a few questions to ask you for my thesis or something like that.
No. I wasn't under pain, and I was actually like, happy to answer, because listen, like, they're going through much more pain than me. The pressure.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, she came to me and she was like, "If you don't mind me asking you a few questions, go ahead." And I was like, blah blah blah. After that, while she's asking, this is sad, by the way. I found this very sad. She's almost done with all of her questions, and then there's another nurse that's more experienced. She comes by, and she's like, "Okay, you have to wear this robe, and then a doctor will be calling you to go to your ultrasound." And I was like, "All right." And she was asking me questions. After that, like I see the robe on the goddamn bed, and I'm supposed to wear it, but I didn't wear it yet. And she's continuing asking me questions, and then another nurse comes by, and she's like, "Okay, the doctor's almost here. You should wear the robe right now." And then, listen, right? I was getting the robe, and I was about to go to the toilet to actually wear my robe. Like, yeah. But then she's like, and also this med student knew English very well, so she basically translated everything for me. The nurse asked the med student, is like, "Oh, can he change the robe right here, or is he too shy?" And the med student told me. I was like, "Oh."
Of course, you would say sure, like in private, right?
Yeah, but then like she basically just told me. I was like, but I kind of understood it. And then the med student, what the med student told me, like, "Can you change the robe over here, or do you want to go to the toilet?" I was like, yeah, sure, I can change it right here. And basically, listen, right?
Dude, this
listen,
guy,
right?
Wait,
Ryan left.
Oh, Ryan left. Okay.
Yeah, he was having connectivity issues, so failure. Okay, sure.
Okay, now you can speak.
There you go. All right, so basically, okay, I told you I had the window bed.
No, you didn't, but so, go on.
What do you mean, like window side bed? Told you start of the podcast.
Oh yeah, okay.
All right, there you go. You're too high on coffee. So
my hand's shaking. It's still shaking. Yeah.
All right. You know, like
drinking.
I said I had the window bed. So basically, either I face the nurse and the med student and wear my shirt, or like wear the robe, or I face the window.
Wait,
wear my robe.
Wait, you
right?
like strip naked?
No.
No,
I had my
when you
pants
wear
on.
the robe. Oh, okay. Wait, then
Okay,
there's not.
so basically,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So
No wonder
basically,
you sit in front of me.
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, oh my god, I just realized how wrong it sounded without context.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so basically, I had to face the window. I faced the window, and after that, you know what's awkward? Like once I put the sleeves on, I couldn't tie the back, cause yeah, and with my IV on my hand, it made it more hard. I guess like it was really
Wait, so the tube
not
goes
okay.
in your robe. The tube gets in your robe.
No, the tube doesn't get in my robe.
No, I mean you're wearing IV. Oh, they took out
they
the
can
thing.
disconnect at any time. Yeah,
Oh,
and then they put a cap so that like and I basically just wear a robe, and then I was struggling, so the med student was like, "Okay, let me help you out." Yeah, and after that, this doctor that I never expected, he was a bald doctor, because I've never really seen a bald doctor. You know?
What do you mean you've never seen a bald doctor?
I've never seen a bald doctor. Tell me you've seen a bald doctor.
I think so. I've seen a few.
Dude, this is the first one, and yeah.
Well, I mean, the only time I've been to a hospital was when I was 4, so I don't really remember 4 or 5. I'm not sure, but I don't really remember.
How the hell do you remember stuff from all the way back then?
I don't know. Somehow I remember stuff what I did like when I was 3 or something. Like I remember lots of stuff which are basically useless, but they kind of stick in my mind because they're memorable. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then stuff I really have to remember that doesn't get in at all.
It happens to everyone.
Yeah, so
yeah. I basically saw the doctor and I followed the doctor, and then ultrasound, blah blah blah. You've already told you everything. Next day, I get the robe again, but this time I was struggling because there was no one to help me. Yeah. I had to like somehow tie it, but then I couldn't. And then the nurse came by and she was like, "Do you need help?" I'm like, "Yeah, yes, I do need help." She helps me out, and then after that, I think he's more of a nurse. He's not a doctor, but yeah, he brings me to an endoscopy area. They call it endoscopy. I literally saw a sign saying endoscopy this way, and I was sitting in the chair, and then well, it's not really this way. It's more like arrow pointing at that certain direction. Yeah, and then lady calls to me. I call the husband or whatever, and after that, I wait there for like 20 minutes. After that, oh my god, this nurse comes back, calls me, and I'm getting hungry, by the way. And then she brings me back to the like the radioactive scanning place or whatever. Yeah, the block, the certain block, and then I wait with more other people, and this time I had to wait for like 2 to 3 hours.
Wow, congratulations.
And yeah, and I was just like, and I was hungry as well, because the whole time the only source of entertainment is just looking at the doctors and nurses walk around. Dude, I was bored.
Maybe you could count how many patients just passed by you, or just chit chat with an old lady. I mean, you chit chat with an old person, she might open up some stuff,
They're all Malay. I can't talk to any of them.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I think so when I was year 3 or year 4, I was waiting for my van. So last time, once in a while, I used to come and wait early for the van. And there's this old dude who was seriously drunk. Chinese dude was seriously drunk. I didn't know he was drunk back then, but then he was sitting beside me, and then right, that at the office area beside there'll be a basketball court, and then you know that area, right? And at my
I have
house.
no
At,
idea.
at my house.
Oh, that area. Oh, yeah. I know that.
So there'll be old ladies doing some kind of dance, what that kind of exercise they do it in early mornings. So I asked the old
Yeah.
man. I remember this clearly. I'll always ask the old man, why are you not joining them? So it was like only ladies. So I asked him, why are you not joining them? Then I was like, oh, because they don't want to let me in. The guy said. So like we'll be chit-chatting, and the guy will like
Yeah.
open up everything. He'll be talking about what happened to his family and stuff. It's like nice of him to speak, but mostly because he was drunk in the morning. Then when I went to a person who was drunk, then I realized, oh, that's what a drunk person smells like. So I realized the whole time the guy was talking to me because he was clearly drunk, didn't know who I was. One day he was like, he was out of his drunken state, and I was talking to him. He was like, who the hell are you? I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's sad.
Yeah, but then like he was the only person I had to talk with until the van came. Yeah, he was like my best friend for a year or 2 years. Then I did not see him after that. Yeah. Good old
Right.
days, yeah.
Also, yeah, I kind of just wait there, and I didn't really feel like striking a conversation with anyone because I was just hungry, bro. I just wanted food. After I don't know how many, like after a whole week, I was finally feeling hungry for food.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And then after a while, I finally get called into a room, and I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember the name for whatever room it was, but yeah, I was called in, and I walk in and I saw a shit ton of nurses, a shit ton of like 2 to 3 doctors, and I'm like, oh, whoa, are we doing surgery already?
Oh.
And so basically they asked me to sit down. I was like, hey, I have my phone, and they asked me to put it inside a bag. So that once I sit down, like on like the bed thing, and also there are a bunch of like machines and stuff, which they're huge, by the way. Not gonna lie, it looked like something straight out of a movie. So yeah, and I sit down, and then they basically, this Malay doctor, he basically says in Malay, open your mouth. And he takes out this
how do you say mouth in Malay already? Mulut kau.
Buka mulut. Buka mulut kau.
What?
Buka mulut kau or whatever.
Buka.
But he said it super fast, and he also said
okay, bye Ryan. Okay, bye Ryan. Okay, continue.
Yeah, so basically he asked me to open mouth, and he sprayed 2 to 3 sprays of, I'm guessing this is,
he's trying to make your mouth
numbing
smell.
spray.
Oh, I thought it was trying to
spray.
I thought it was spraying perfume, mouth perfume into your mouth.
Bro, what?
Mouth.
Also,
perfume.
yeah, that, and also it was very minty, by the way. So it was very fucking minty.
Because if you don't eat for a very long time, your mouth will
you would smell bad.
I've been
but then no, I felt like he basically sprayed it into the back of my throat, and he asked me to swallow it in Malay, but I have no idea what it means in Malay, and I still don't remember.
Makan tu.
He asked me to, huh? No, he asked me to swallow, bro.
Wait,
and I was like, huh?
Wait, let me search how to. Okay, how does it swallow?
No, like I had the liquid like at the back of my throat, right? Like I didn't swallow it, right? And I was like, huh? And you're like, swallow. I was like, what? And like, can you speak in English? And he's like,
telan.
And then I heard like 2 different doctors be like, scream at me, swallow it. And I was like, oh. Yeah, after that, they asked me to lay on my, and they asked, okay, you know what they said? They asked me to do a Superman. I was like, what is a Superman? You know how Superman flies? I was like, like this. You know, I tried to be like,
You
oh,
know,
like
you
this.
can open your camera right now. Ryan isn't here, so it's quite hard. It's quite hard to be talking to a person who I
fine,
can't
fine.
see. Yes, thank you.
Oh
man.
wanna see my?
Oh,
You wanna
okay.
see?
You know,
Hold on,
last
hold on.
time, last week I got my haircut and I was scared. Now look at you. You're worse than me.
Yeah, it's horrible. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, they asked me to swallow it, and they asked me to do a Superman, which I have no idea what that means. And then they're like, lay on your back. And remember, there was like two doctors, two Chinese doctors, and one of them being Malay, I think. Yeah. And two of the doctors being like experienced doctors, I can just tell. They were like, there was one guy, like there was one doctor who is clearly old and he is more of the experienced doctor, and the other one being more newer than the other.
Like
he looks about 40, you know, like early 40.
Early 40s, okay.
Early 40, yeah. And the other one looks like 30, you know.
30, okay.
Yeah, so you know, I basically lay on my stomach, and then they asked me to look at one side, like to look at my right side, and that was the side where there's much more space where doctors can move around and shit. And and the other side is just full of machinery and shit. And they were like, "Where's your where's the IV needle or whatever?" I'm not sure what term they used for it, but yeah. And I pointed at it, you know, and also I couldn't really speak well because my tongue was starting to numb and shit. Like my whole throat was starting to numb. Like it was working fast, right? And he basically takes a syringe and basically injects the thingy and anesthesia medicine or whatever. And I'm starting to like, I don't feel drowsy or anything. I feel completely normal. I feel awake. Okay, I feel awake. But then after that, then another doctor comes by and he takes the green, like it was like a green device, and they just put it in my mouth, so basically where the tube can go through and I wouldn't close my mouth and it won't get messy and shit. Literally, he strapped it around my head. Dude, I don't know what was happening. I don't know if I was feeling dizzy or anything, but I was clearly asleep the whole time.
Oh, so you were under anesthesia.
Yeah, but I felt awake. Okay. Like I felt like I remember everything, but I clearly didn't.
You couldn't
like
feel
I was asleep.
You could see.
I could not feel anything.
Like you know what's going on around you, but
yeah, and after a while, you know, I kind of wake up to like 2 to 3 tubes in my goddamn mouth, bro. Like I don't feel it in my stomach, but I felt it in my mouth. And that green device is clearly for like the tubes to go through. And like I saw this black tube with like okay, so I'm guessing this black tube had like lines on it, so it's to basically tell how far in it is. And I couldn't really see it. I was like fucking, and I saw a lot of doctors. They were like, okay, they were giving code, like they were basically talking to each other, like, oh, this is blah 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 blah.
And basically you don't understand because it's all in Malay.
No. They were speaking in English.
Oh, now they're speaking in English. Okay.
No. The doctors, the experienced one, they were Chinese. They were Chinese and they were super good in English. They sounded like they came from some other country, that basically maybe Australia. Who knows?
English speaking.
But all of the med students, by the way, they were really
bad.
Like they were like they were like really good at English. Holy shit! Good. I will tell you that. Yeah, they were amazing at English. Obviously, because they're all gonna go overseas to study doctorates and stuff. Yeah, maybe. So and one of the doctors, I was clearly able to tell that he went to Australia to study, just the way he speaks. Yeah, so basically I'm done with my anesthesia, and I felt it basically get like this might be a little disturbing, but I felt like when they were taking out the tube, you know, I felt it coming out of my goddamn throat.
Ooh.
Like, and I was like gagging, bro. Like not like vomiting gag, but but my throat was like not used to it. But it was like you know.
Yeah.
Imagine
it's like,
you know, like let's just say like choking sounds. Yeah.
You know, something else is coming to my mind, but wait, let me put it.
You suck. Oh no.
Oh no! Okay, hold on.
Yeah, so let me continue, right?
Yeah, is it
so
like that?
hold on. You suck.
So is
Okay,
it like that?
no. Oh my god.
No, I mean it's not in and
Let
out,
me
but then it's just coming out.
you don't have to put it that way. No, it was just like choking noises or however
Oh,
you know. Like I guess I just call it choking noises.
choking.
And then I literally felt it through my like I felt it in my trachea and shit, you know? I
Mhm.
felt it like at my throat and all that.
Wait, it shouldn't be at your trachea. It should be at your esophagus.
Esophagus. Yeah. Esophagus is the
Esophagus.
right word,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um
Esophagus.
Trachea? Why did I say trachea? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
why
Yeah,
you
no,
say trachea?
esophagus.
It's esophagus.
Uh Esophagus. So I'm done. Like I basically wake up, right? They tell me, okay, sit up, like just sit straight. Okay, and after that, they gave me my phone, and like my mouth was very fucking numb. My tongue was clearly just
Can you move your
like
tongue?
it felt like my tongue. It was numb, and it was like mm, it felt like swell. It was swelling or whatever. I'm not exactly sure,
Mm.
but it felt bigger than usual. After that, after a while, it went away. But they were like, do you remember where to walk back to your ward?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do remember." And I was just walking back.
Oh.
And once I walked back, I go, fall asleep, and I was able to sleep peacefully, right? And then my mom comes and she brings home food, actual home food. She brought me porridge and
Or
yeah, porridge and no, it was no porridge, and then like um she had fish as well to
mhm.
add to the porridge, and it tasted amazing.
Yeah, I mean you're
I was
eating
finally
fine. You're finally eating, so everything you eat, right, will taste good.
Yeah, and also like I was eating bread for the past 2 days,
Yeah.
so the porridge was just 10 out of 10. Okay,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Mm.
And
Wait,
after that,
was your mom like worried about your condition? Like when she found out?
of course, she was worried.
Now, I mean
She actually
she
had
is,
got
but
a
how worried? Like how
she
bad
okay.
was?
Basically, my dad bought a new phone. It arrived on the day I was admitted.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the next day after being admitted, my ultrasound day, the phone arrived. She didn't even bother looking at the phone. Like she didn't even bother like acknowledging the phone. She literally just didn't open it until I came home.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was just like, shit. Oh god, right?
It's not that big deal, but then okay.
No, because my mom was waiting for a new phone
Oh,
for like a long time, right?
oh, I expected to hear that she had cried or something like that. I mean,
I did not hear anything about her crying, but I had no information about her crying. But she was very worried. She was very fucking worried, and I will tell you how worried she is in a few seconds, right? So
mm-hmm.
basically, I'm done eating, and then also this is the part where possibly one of my other nightmare with needles, IV tube. It
Mm-hmm.
was my IV tube was how do I say this? It was
Ex
jammed. It like the
oh,
blood was dried up. Um, like it was no, it was clogging up. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
yeah.
So it was just like okay. So basically, it was clogging up, and like it keeps on like it doesn't like I forgot my English. Oh god. But IV clearly wasn't working, so basically they had to change the needle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the IV was on my wrist, like um the wrist, like a vein on my wrist.
Mm-hmm.
But then they took it out, and then they put another one in. This one being much more painful than the last one. Um, but yeah, and after also they had to flush the IV multiple times before
Mm-hmm.
replacing my whole IV needle itself. And flushing is basically what they do is like they disconnect the IV from my IV needle, like the tube, they disconnect it, and then they try to take out some of the fluids, and then they try to put it back in. But that didn't work multiple different times. They tried changing the whole tube system. They tried to change it, and it still didn't work. They figured out it was my IV needle, and then they take it out, blah, blah, blah. They put another one in, and I had like, and it was painful, by the way. Like while they had to flush it, it hurt. Then they put a new needle in, and blah, blah, blah. Also, there was this nurse that basically helped with flushing the IV. One of the nurses, male nurse, Malay. This guy clearly experienced. He was experienced. He was working fast. He was going zoom, here and there, left and right. Fucking, he was fast. He was fast as work. He
knows what he's doing.
Efficient.
Like
he knows what. He knows what he's doing.
He knows the steps.
Right. And all of the newer nurses, they're more gentle with my IV needle because they know it will hurt. But this guy,
let's go.
Oh my god. Yo, dude, this guy literally just like doesn't even care if I'm in pain. He just like, okay, I'm gonna open it, I'm gonna flush it. He didn't even give much communication. I don't even know if he belonged in the hospital, but he was working fast. He did his job right, and I respect that.
I mean,
he didn't.
If a nurse does it really slow, right? Like they might warn you and stuff. That just makes you like how do I put this?
But then you'd want your nurse to be more gentle with you.
No, I mean gentle, yes, but then if you look at the way they do stuff, right, it might get scary, like they might.
Let me continue, right?
Yeah, I mean the guy, right? If he did it fast enough, that means the guy knows that, there's no point saying that it won't hurt. It will hurt. So might as well do it. He's not a kid. He must know that. Yeah, maybe.
Listen, right? So I had basically he flushed my IV, helped me out with that, and it was another nurse basically changing, like inserting the new IV needle. I think this nurse was a mix of Chinese and Indian because her name, and she did not look Indian at all. Assuming, okay, I'm not gonna assume, but she looks mixed.
Okay.
You
look mixed.
And basically, I
do.
I feel like no, I don't.
You do a bit. I mean, my mom says that you look a bit like Chinese. You look a bit. I'm not sure why, but then she says it like that. I mean, we are looking at our own faces for like every day, right? So we might not know the difference, but those who see you once in a while, they can see the difference, the changes.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, I like this nurse. Yeah, she does her job, and I'm not exactly sure on which nurse visited me on what time and on what day, but I'm gonna tell you everything that happened between the nurses and me. There was this other nurse that tried to draw blood using a needle on my elbow area again, but this time she couldn't find a vein. She was tapping here, tapping there, blah 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 blah.
Tap.
She finally finds a vein, and also because I'm starving most of the times in the hospital, she couldn't find a vein, and I basically didn't even have energy. I'm guessing that's why she couldn't find a vein at all, right? She finally finds the vein. She sticks the needle in, tries to draw the blood, and this is on my right elbow, by the way. She fails. There's no blood coming out.
Dude, you might. By the way,
remember,
you might have to speed up a bit because I'm gonna have visitors in my house soon.
All right. So basically, she's on my right elbow, and my parents are right there watching her do her job. And then she goes to my left elbow. She sticks the needle in.
Wait, and then your elbow, not your
elbow,
wrist.
As in like you know the part. No. Yeah, my elbow.
You mean the bicep?
Like right under the bicep, like where. Okay. Yeah, right at that exact spot. So basically, she sticks the needle in again, tries to draw blood, and it obviously hurts, right?
Yeah.
And blah blah blah. And it was not as painful for me to watch, like for me to experience it. It was more painful by my mother because my face clearly showed pain, expressed pain.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you're a parent, you saw your child in pain, you wouldn't want to see, right? Yeah.
No, wait, I'm not sure. I haven't lived.
What do you mean you're not?
I haven't
Oh my
lived to the
God.
point, right? I'm not that old. I've
Oh
not
my God.
experienced that yet. So
Does it look like I have a child?
no. Who knows? You might
Exactly.
secretly have one. I'm not sure. Only God knows.
What? Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna question.
Yeah.
So you know, that was one of the things that happened. And then the third day of waiting, they said I might have a coloidal cyst, or however I
that's
pronounce it.
what I was saying just like earlier on. You have
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was
So
just
basically,
explaining that, right?
they had to do a CT scan. They had to do a CT scan, and the fourth day of being there, after the ERCP the next day, and they were supposed to have a CT scan, but they canceled it and let me go home because clearly I was in agony in the hospital. And yeah, they had to, like, my parents had to, like, I had to wait until like afternoon to basically be discharged. And I finally got to go back home. And I'll be having
You still have those stones inside, right?
I still do have my stones, and also when I had my when I had my endoscopy, they basically put a stand in so I could eat better. I've got to tell basically they put a stand in so that I could actually eat, and whatever chemical from my liver and my gallbladder actually reaches the digestive area spot, blah blah blah. So basically this stand helped out a lot because I was actually able to eat afterwards. And I'll be having my CT, they actually appointed my CT scan on the 1st of September, which is in a few days. Wish me luck.
2 days to be exact.
It's on Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, it's on Thursday, and after the CT scan, they will be releasing my results on the 6th of September, and then they will be making a decision if I have to go to surgery or not.
Yeah, okay, by the way, surgery, right? You might have to remove your gallbladder if it gets too serious.
Yeah, I might have to remove my gallbladder.
My family doctor said it's better to remove. If they said to remove your gallbladder, it is better to remove, so because it can get complicated and it can get worse, or it can lead to something. Yeah, quite
true.
devastating.
The thing is, they could have removed my okay. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this. So now imagine your liver at the top, right? And then there's your gallbladder, and there's a tube connecting the liver to your stomach, and there's like a small section where
if I'm not wrong, that's called the hepatic portal
bowel duct, or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. It's called that, the hepatic portal vein. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, there's basically one of the big stones are stuck there, and that is why my face became yellow.
Jaundice. Okay.
What?
Yeah, you got jaundice. You have jaundice, sunken eyes, and dark colored pee. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
dark colored eyes. I always have dark colored eyes.
No, sunken eyes.
Sunken. Oh, yeah. Sunken eyes.
They say because symptoms of bile accumulating in your bloodstream, such as jaundice, sunken eyes, and dark colored pee, constant pain, fever, and chills, heart rate acceleration.
Right. Yeah. So basically, there was a stone, probably like 2.8 centimeters wide, stuck at that one spot, and there was clear dilation. So they had to be very, very careful with removing the stone, but they decided not to, and they put in a stand or whatever they called it. I'm not exactly sure, but it basically opens up my, the little pathway so I can actually eat in peace and digest my food. And the coloidal cyst, I was talking about that. I might have had that my whole life, and
oh man. Oh wait, okay.
That is possibly why I was not able to gain weight no matter how much I ate. And you know how much I eat, or you don't.
You eat a lot. I remember
eat a lot, exactly.
last time when we had this function, I saw you put so much of rice, so much of other gravy and etc. and stuff. You eat a lot, but yet you don't put on any weight. Yes, you're correct.
And that might be the problem. I literally I have no idea. And also I lost a bunch of weight. I was 72 kilograms. Like I was still gaining, by the way. 72 kilograms. Start of this year. And before this year, around the September, like 2021 September, I was at 69 kg. And then start of this year, I was 72. So I was clearly gaining weight. But after this medical situation, I lost my weight, and now I'm back at 69. Wow. Yeah, I'm back at 69.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so if you're done, I can give like a summary. Like I got some notes over here which I could like talk about.
All right. Yeah.
The
all right. So basically,
collatility acid. Yeah. Like that.
Yeah. So basically, after 6th of September, I might go for surgery. I might not. They might try, I might be admitted to the hospital again. So hopefully, everything's okay.
Okay.
That's all I can say, actually.
So let me explain, like summarize what is Jeff having currently. Though I'm really bad at bio, people at my school knows that a lot. Even my bio teacher, if she hears this, she might, I'm not sure what she might do, but yeah. Okay, so gallstones form in your gallbladder, the small pear-shaped organ where your body stores bile. You might know that already. So your bile fluid, it contains cholesterol, bilirubin, bile salts, and lecithin. I don't know how to pronounce that. So the gallstones, they are basically made at the bottom of your gallbladder, and like they all get collected. Cholesterol, I think so, your doctor has said, I've talked about cholesterol accumulating in your bile. Gallbladder, sorry. So your gallbladder stones can be as small as a grain of sand or as big as a golf ball. So in Jeff's case, it's somewhere in the middle, like quite big, but not as big as a golf ball. They grow gradually, so yeah, and so they might create a blockage somewhere. So the term cholelithiasis, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing correctly, but cholelithiasis is the condition of having gallstones. Many people have cholelithiasis and don't know it. Gallstones won't necessarily cause any problems for you. If they don't, you can leave them alone, but they cause problems. In his case, yes. By a blockage, it will cause pain and inflammation in your organs. If it goes untreated, it could cause several complications. So let's see here. So the complications could be gallbladder disease, liver disease, gallstone pancreatitis, cholangitis, jaundice, he had that, and malabsorption. Yeah. So okay, so what? Okay, let's. Okay, the first sign of having gallstones, you won't notice anything at the first, but then you might have an abdominal pain, which Jeff had. You had abdominal pain, right? While you're sleeping, you said so.
Yeah, like not while sleeping. I was wide awake at night. Yeah.
Okay. So so the pain is like so okay, you can get nausea and vomiting. It's called the gallbladder attack. So what symptoms does it cause? Constant pain, fever and chills, heart rate acceleration. And for Jeff, he had jaundice, sunken eyes, and dark colored pee. So how about gallstones diagnosed? They usually start with an ultrasound, and they might ultrasound. I think so most of you know what an ultrasound does, so I don't have to explain. You can check it out. And I do not know if they did an MRI scan. That means but they did do an endoscopic thingy on you, ERCP. And then do they require surgery? If they do cause problems, they might have to do surgery. So in Jeff's case, they are not sure yet. They have to do is it an MRI scan?
Well, they have to like do a CT scan to find out why
okay.
I have it, and then they do the surgery.
So they do a CT scan on him, then they will decide whether they have to do an surgery on him.
It's more like they want to find out why first. I'm not exactly sure why they want to find out why. I might have a colorectal cyst, and then I might have a few other conditions maybe, but they want to find out first. So yeah.
Okay. So since there's no way to access the gallstones inside your gallbladder without removing it, it is the standard treatment for problematic gallstone is to remove the gallbladder entirely. This is a minor surgery. You can live well without a gallbladder, so don't worry. If you have gallstones in your bile ducts, your healthcare provider will have to remove those separately as well. So they can go away without surgery with certain medications, but it will take many months to work. So it isn't the most practical option for people experiencing the symptoms. So to remove your gallstones, there are several different ways. Endoscopy, laparoscopy, using keyhole incisions. So they put the laparoscope through one keyhole, removes the gallbladder through another. So like they put in and take it out through another hole. In open surgery, some people they may have more complicated conditions that require open surgery to manage. If you have an open surgery, you'll have a longer hospital stay afterward and a longer recovery at home for a larger incision. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, so there was you will have, and also you have to change your diet. So they say, can diet help to improve gallstone? One of the questions were stated. They say you can reduce the risk of cholesterol gallstones, which are the most common type, by reducing cholesterol in the diet. So limit fried and fast food. We talked about that when we met. So instead of using animal fats as oil, use plant oil, and you replace red meat with fish, since red meat is high in saturated fats. I'm just reading from Google, so bio teacher don't think that I'm really smart. I'm not. Okay, and eat more plants, high fiber
Just so
fruits,
you know,
vegetables. Yeah.
you sound like that bio teacher that no one listens to. Everyone's just kind of just sleeps in class, and the bio teacher
What
just
to
continues
do?
talking.
I'm just reading the text, so I can't exactly like, if I know the facts, I could improvise. I could make it better, but I'm just reading the text right now. So, and also you have to
Right.
lose weight gradually, which there's no weight on you basically. Like you're not, when I look at you, you're so thin, so there's nothing to lose. Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
but I will try my absolute best to gain weight
yeah,
again because I want to gain weight.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Okay. So that's the whole story of Tyson's little tour to the hospital. The reason he got his stomach pain and stuff like that. So you guys have to be really careful with stuff like this. Just don't think that just because you guys are young doesn't mean you guys have to take care of your body. Don't have to take care much about your body. You have to be really self-conscious. Anything could happen anytime. Oh yeah, by the way, I would like to add that our family has family generation. We have cancer in our family history, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we have families. Yeah, cancer. Yeah. Yeah, our family history has cancer. Cancer. I don't know how to put it in words. Yeah. So you guys have to really stay careful. Anything could happen anytime. Look at Jeff. He's just 15. No, you're just 9 months ago. How old are
You
you?
can't like exactly. Yeah, honestly, I can't really like you can't really blame it on me not taking care of myself, because
but
it could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Yeah, they have not find out yet.
Yeah, so you guys just try to be safe. Yeah, like try not to just try to be self-conscious. Try not to do anything stupid or whatever. So yeah, so I think so, Jeff, in the next episode. Yeah, I think so in the next episode you will be already finishing your scan. So will you get the reports immediately?
No idea, but I guess I will do. I guess we can do a podcast for after surgery and an update on what's happening, I guess.
Yeah.
And I do apologize for not the best storytelling, because I don't really remember what happened.
None of us are good at this. We're just trying to get better as this podcast goes. Who knows? One day we'll get really good at this, but currently it's just, just having fun. So that's the story of Jeff. Yeah. Oh wait, by the way, Jeff, is it true that yesterday our grandma was like comparing me again?
Oh my god, yeah, she was like, oh my god, look at Arix, he only, he has like a laptop, and then one of our cousins corrected grandma was like, oh no, he has an iPad. Which wait, but the 12-year-old that likes cars so much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. But then obviously you have a laptop now, and that was the past when you had an iPad.
I mean, no.
At least people get to make fun of you saying that you're an iPad kid.
Oh, wait, they do? I don't know. But I don't know why, like, grandma has always been like thinking as if I'm such a good child, but actually I'm not. The only thing I do is that I pay my respects to the elders. Like, I respect elders so much. Like, I'll be like a nice kid in front of them. Bro, you know how it goes.
You know, you know what I was doing? I was just like sitting down, calmly eating my goddamn food. She randomly brings up, "Oh my god, look at you! You're like 15 and you already went to the hospital." I was just like, I was trying to stay as respectful as possible, but inside I was judging her deeply. And obviously, I just kept quiet about it. I was like, "Oh," and then she kept on saying like, "Oh my god, look at you! You're doing this, you're doing that."
Yeah. One thing I wanted to add this, but I was actually, it's out of the topic, but the guy one of our cousins who's really obsessed with cars, right?
Yeah.
Right? He has this YouTube channel. It's called XX. I forgot.
Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud. Continue.
His name XXX again. So yeah, I was so shocked when he showed me one of his videos got about 700 views, and when I saw that video, it was just like he put 2 Among Us dolls. I think so.
Honey, I saw that one.
Yeah, you saw that one,
dude. That popped up on my YouTube stories. I'm like, what the hell is this?
I mean, right? I think so. Among Us was a thing last year or a year before that. But then what he did, he just put 2 Among Us plush toys in front, turned them around left and right, and that's it. And he did just that, and he got 700 views plus. And we put so much of hard work into our content, and all we get is like mere 50 or 100 or something. But then his one overnight just 700. My God, I was like, bro, this guy is smart. He put the right content on the right, like he knows I know he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know the trend.
He
just did it, and somehow he became lucky. It had a lot of views.
No, he did it more like, his YouTube recommendation is more like the brainless 5-year-old type.
Yeah.
Because he has a younger sibling, and he's also kind of childish. No offense. But yeah.
Wait, I have a yeah. Well, but he got lucky on that video. He like put it on the right time according to the trend. Put it on that time and it burst, literally burst. And yeah, by the way, I would like to say to all viewers, please look at our previous episode, the part one, so that you will understand this episode. If you're watching this episode first, I recommend. I mean, it's too late right now, but just watch the first video so you'll understand this one. I should have said it in the first part, but yeah. So
just put it in the title. Watch
yeah,
part one.
You watch part
exclamation
one.
Mark.
Yeah, before you watch part two of this video. And yeah, by the way, my school's starting next week. Yeah, next week Monday. Wait, no. It's starting this Friday. So by the time this video is being released, yeah, I'll be at school. Yes. Man.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way,
yeah.
I'd like to say a really special guest is coming next week, and he's really funny. He's really funny, yes. I can't really say it out in this podcast, so I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna just message you. But he's really funny, he's really good. And yeah, we are really thankful for those who signed up to talk with us. We actually notice each and every one of you. We will be taking you in. The reason we did not have special guests these 2 episodes was because Tyson had a really interesting content to share with us. So we thought, okay, if Tyson's going to say this, we won't have enough time to be talking with you guys. So the next episode we'll be having guests in again. Yes, we'll be having special guests in again. And yeah, the only thing I could say, there will be alumni, there'll be teachers, there'll be many more people who have signed up, and they will be with us. They'll be chatting with us. And yeah. So thank you all.
Also, we didn't really have one of our hosts from the last episode.
Oh, I know, I posted. I did. Yeah, I posted it. And yeah, and also I would like to add that our podcast may be quite bad to listen to. I mean, the quality might be bad because we just started this out. Oh yeah, the history of our podcast. So how this podcast came by was last time. No, not last time. It was this year. We have this project at school called the PBL, project-based learning. So basically the teachers will give us projects to do, and we have to do it. For me, my team, it was selling pizza. We make quite a good profit out of it, but actually I didn't want to go in that thing. I actually wanted to go into this podcast group. There was this group which was doing podcast, two group. One was an English-based podcast, another one was a Chinese-based podcast, a Mandarin-based podcast, sorry. But those 2 podcasts, they only put out, if I'm not wrong, only 1 episode or 3 episodes. So the English part, it was just like to showcase for open day, for parents to see what students are capable of doing. So the English podcast, they were like talking about anxiety levels, stress, student stress and stuff like that. And the Mandarin one, if I remember clearly, it was called Piche. I'm not sure, but I might put a link below. Those 2 were like basically my inspiration to start this podcast. And yeah, and so what happened was it was a funny thing. A day before open day, I went through they put out the showcase and all, so they had QR codes and stuff. So I scanned each and every one of them. I scanned the Mandarin one. I remember clearly I scanned the Mandarin one because the English one, the QR code wasn't there. It was more like a Google Drive. So the Mandarin one was in Spotify. I listened to it and I didn't know clearly. I clearly didn't understand a thing because I don't know Mandarin. But yeah, but the way I listen to it, I can see by their tone as to how they are saying it. And I was there when they were recording the podcast. I stayed back. I was listening to their podcast. I was kind of interested on how it basically works. So I listened to it and I realized they were basically reading off in an iPad. They put the whole script in iPad. They read it out like they just read it out. So the podcast I wanted to do was more like I don't want to write scripts. Okay, till now we did not. To be honest, we did not put point forms of what we're going to talk about. We just talk like random stuff. Like it comes from our hearts. We want to speak as to how we speak with friends. We don't want to make it sound as robotic as possible. We try to make it natural. We really want to share our feelings straight. It's more like a hangout place for me and my friends. So and it's also a place for me to let everything out so that I don't get zoned out during like school stuff and all. I can focus on school, and podcast is a place where I talk everything. So I basically talk every single thing. So I don't have to share anything at school. I can focus more on my studies and stuff. Like I don't have to be like, oh, like go to people and talk to them. Like if they listen to my podcast, there's no use of me talking to them because they already know what's going on inside the podcast and stuff. So yeah, it's more like me letting everything out, me and my friends just having fun over here. So the day before open day, when I listened to all of those, I basically analyzed on how they brought the podcast out, what were their schemes, how did they do the podcast, how did they plan it, how did they do the logo, how did they came up with the name Peche, and how did they do stuff. And I stayed back until 5. Then the principal was asking me, why are you staying back so long? I was basically I told her I just wanted to stay at school, but my main reason was to just listen to the podcast, listen as to how they bring it, um how were they directing each and every like sentence they brought. Even during open day, I listened to the English podcast and I found out how they were talking. And yeah, so to be honest, our first episode, it was clearly just questions just pop up in my head because I love to talk a lot. So I can basically talk as long as I want. So the topics just pop in my head. So I say it in an instant, on the spot. So me and Jeff here and Ryan Chan, we don't talk for one whole week except on the podcast date. So we have tons of things to talk about. We can talk as long as we want. So this day is like a day where all of us get together and talk. So after the podcast, after the open day session, I started listening to other podcasts, see what I can improve on what the other teams did. Like, okay, this team, they did it like this. They read exactly what is in the iPad. So how can we make this more interactive? How can we make this in a way that people will listen? It's not like as if a robot is talking, right? It's more like if you know what I mean, it's like just within us. It's us talking sincerely. Like it just comes out from our mouths, not from an iPad, not from a notes or nothing. So we just speak stuff. So I told Jeff, um, a day before we even started the podcast, I told Jeff, hey Jeff, it's been a few days. I told Jeff, hey, I wanted to create this podcast, and we were talking about it, and a day before, like few days back before, and he was like, oh, okay, it's kind of cool. So Jeff was having a few problems back then, and 1 or 2 weeks later, I told him again. This time, I was like, Jeff, I'm going to do a podcast and I want you to be my host because we know each other really well. We get together along really well. So I called in Jeff. I called in Jeff. I called in, yeah, I think so. It was just the two of us at first. But then Chan was in the Discord channel too. So he said he wanted to join. So on that day, when we were talking about this, we put this out on Instagram. On that spot while we were talking, I was in Canva and I was creating the logo and everything while I was talking with them. I put my ideas into when it's in my head. So then on that day when we finished talking, when we were talking in the meeting, I posted out. I put, okay, Arix, Tysonbrainnomore, Chan. We haven't even discussed what we're going to talk about. I just put it out, like I just put it out. Say, okay, Tysonbrainnomore, Arix Sport, Tysonbrainnomore, Chan is releasing a podcast
We just
called Is
winged
It
it.
Real? Yeah, we just did it. We just put it out. We haven't even discussed what we're gonna do after that. We just said, okay, we're gonna do a podcast. That's it. I got a new mic and it's good. So we all said, okay, let's do the podcast. And then on that day I put it out and many people saw that podcast. I put it on Real Confessional because if I put it on my channel, there's not much people gonna watch. But Real Confessional, thousands of people, not thousands, sorry, a lot of students from my school will be watching it, so they might get interested in. And turns out I was right. Many people started following me, and I created an account the next day, and a lot of people followed through that account. Many people signed up to talk with us, and yeah, few days later on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. We set it at every Tuesday, 6 o'clock. We are gonna do the podcast. We're gonna do it, and we never talked what were we gonna do about on the first episode. We just went along with it. Our first guest, Ethan. So I just asked random questions. As you can see, before that, I couldn't. I was quite worried. Like it was Ethan, like a guy I didn't see for a really long time. My hands were shaking, my legs were shaking, my voice was shivering. I was like so scared. I was like, God, this is my first podcast. I want this to go smooth as possible. But turns out I messed it up really bad. But then we went with the second one. Before the second one, we were talking. I went to Tyson's house, because of his condition. So he said, "Oh, dude, he has a really good idea which he could come up. He could talk a lot about his stomach problem." And yeah, so we didn't discuss anything about it. We did discuss a little bit about what happened to him, and so then we are like, okay, let's talk about your stomach problem at the second episode. So that's when we went in. But till now, four of us, four members, till this episode have not met together. Am I right, Tyson? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we have, okay, me and Tyson, we met Ryan on this episode. Previously, Ryan and me were together, and Chan. So far.
No, wait, no, wait. Don't say we're together. It sounds wrong. Just change your terms.
Okay, so sorry. So Chan, me, and Tyson have met each other, but Chan has not met Ryan yet. Yes. Till now. Yeah. So I'm not sure. Like in the future episodes, will four of us be together? But I'm sure that at least three of us will be together. Yeah. So we made sure that everybody's free on this time. Yeah, I put a lot of work into this, and I hope it really gets into a good light. I really gets into hope this podcast gets into light. A lot of people listen to it. Yeah. So
also, we should do something like, where people can suggest what we should do to make the podcast better.
Yeah.
Because we don't exactly know.
Yeah. So if you guys have any doubts on if you guys can give us any tips and ideas on as in how to make our podcast better, you can DM us in the Instagram. In the description below, we'll have the link for Is It Real. You could DM us and say, okay, you could do this, you can do that. You can improve our channel like this, that, so that we can make this podcast way better. And yeah. So yeah, I hope this podcast can go as long as it can. And I hope many people listen to it. So far, some teachers listened to it, some teachers liked it, some students liked it. Some people really wanted to join, and some alumni heard Eason, they wanted to join too. So yeah, we are quite a steady ground right now. We are trying to improve in every episode, in each step we make. We really need your advice. We really need your help so that we know how to improve ourselves. and how to get better at this podcast. But yeah, but I can really tell by this recording that previously I messed up a lot. I think so Jeff can see that. I mean, like on the first episode. Yeah. Now I'm getting better at this because I don't talk, like if you see me at school, I talk to people who I know a lot. So it gets easier. But then if I talk to somebody new, I get all messed up. So since it's YouTube, right, I get really, really nervous. But now I think so I'm getting better at it. And yeah, I'm trying to improve my English. Yeah, stuff like that. So I really thank you guys for this 3 episodes. Thank you for following us, subscribe, support us, so we know that okay, our podcast is really getting somewhere. I mean, the first episode really got somewhere. It got so far 101, 102 views, watch views of 8.4, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So I'm really happy that it got so far. And yeah, so I really hope that the 4 members can meet each other in the next episode or in any of these episodes. Yeah, so I got to tell you guys the next episode will be a funny one because we're gonna have a funny person. We're gonna have a really funny guest with us. Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys who this guest is. Yes, thank you so much. And please support us as much as you can. And yeah, so I think so this is it. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Yeah.
That's all right.